Welcome to Ghouls Night Out with your hostesses, Brandy and Jody.
Hello, beautiful ghouls. Welcome. This is Brandy. I'm here with my sister, Jody.
Hello.
So, we got a comment on Facebook from Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
She's the only one that writes in.
Yeah, she's the only one that loves us.
That's true. Anyway, so it says, in light of this week's episode mention of black fur babies, I wanted to share my babes. It looks like she had posted pictures, but I didn't see any pictures. But from the way she's talking, it looked like... So if you did, I didn't get to see them, so you might want to look at that. But it said, this is Nate Big and Norm Little. They both enjoy the podcast and like the new dumb jokes at the beginning. Yay. Nate would like to suggest an animal episode and would like to ask if you could look into why why black cats are considered bad luck in some places, and in others he's worshipped. As he says, Norm just says hello. He's a simple cat. LOL. So yay, fur babies.
Yay.
So I did look up a couple of things, and what I got from it, in Western history, black cats have typically been looked upon as a symbol of evil omens, specifically being suspected of being the familiars of witches, or actually shape-shifting witches themselves. They viewed the black cats as a companion or familiars to witches, which I was like, what is a familiar? And familiars are, it says, described as an alter ego spirit companion or animal that aids a witch. The definition of a familiar may vary from person to person. Some believe that the familiar is a projection of the self, others that it is a separate entity, and still others that it's a physical animal. So if you go to Play Buzz Quiz, look that up, you can take a quiz and find out what your familiar is. So I did that, and mine was a black cat. It says, as a witch, so apparently they're for witches, but this means that you are intelligent, intuitive, and observant. Many may think that you are shy or even antisocial. Once they get to know you, people love your caring and fun personality, which, I mean, that's kind of spot on.
That is, yeah.
I thought that was kind of crazy. So yeah, go to Play Buzz Quiz and look for the familiar quiz if you want to find out what your familiar is. So I thought that was kind of weird that I actually got a black cat, but you know, they probably give everybody a black cat. But I did it. So it said in Western history, black cats are typically looked upon as a symbol of evil omens.
What was that thing again?
Play Buzz Quiz. But it says, unlike much of the Western world, Japanese culture sees black cats crossing your path as a good omen. In fact, black cats are generally seen as good luck in Japan and much of Asia. So I guess it depends on where in the world you are as far as, you know, whether they're good luck or bad luck. And I really couldn't find anything as to why, you know, other than just superstition in general, why they would be considered bad or good luck. So I hope that was, you know, at least a little bit of good information for you, Ashley. And let us know if you take the quiz, what your familiar is. Are you taking the quiz, Jody?
I'm trying to find it.
Just look up, like, what your familiar is, or...
I found it.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to wait?
No, you can go ahead.
Because that was all I had on that. And I have a stupid joke. Which ghost is the best dancer? Jody's taking a quiz and ignoring me right now. So.
Yes, I am. What'd you say?
Which ghost is the best dancer?
Something about Boogie.
The Boogeyman. Oh, he must be the best dancer. Okay. And I went ahead and did more fun facts for the week. Okay. Okay, first one. Peter Durand patented the tin can in 1810. Ezra Warner patented the can opener in 1858. In between, people used chisels and hammers to open cans. I thought that was interesting. One of the world's largest stockpiles of nuclear weapons, a U.S. Navy base near Seattle, which is partially defended by trained dolphins.
What?
That's what it says on this piece of paper. I don't know. But that's crazy if it's true. Okay. Next one, in 1965, a Senate subcommittee predicted that by 2000, Americans would only be working 20 hours a week with 7 vacation weeks.
What? When?
In 1965, the Senate subcommittee predicted that by the year 2000. Yeah, I know. They're delusional. I wish that's how it was. Shoot. Next one, Susan B. Anthony was fined $100 for voting in the 1872 election. She never paid the fine. So, yeah, haha. Next one, canned pumpkin isn't actually pumpkin.
Okay.
Oh.
My familiar is the owl.
Oh.
It says, as a witch, this means you are wise, protective, and free-spirited. You care deeply about the ones you love and would protect them at any cost. You are clever and calm, always seeking peace.
That's pretty spot on, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I had to take the quiz.
So, yeah, you guys take the quiz and let us know what your familiar is. If it's a black cat like me or an owl like Jody. Okay, so I'm going to start that one over again. Canned pumpkin isn't actually pumpkin. Even purees that advertise as 100% pumpkin are actually made of a range of different winter squashes.
Really? Liars.
Liars. Okay, next one. When Gene Wilder accepted the role of Willy Wonka, he had one condition. In his first appearance, Wilder wanted Wonka to limp toward the crowd with a cane in hand before falling into a perfect somersault and jumping back up. The reason? Because from that time on, the audience would never know if he was telling the truth or not.
I love Gene Wilder.
Oh my gosh, I know. Didn't he just die?
I think so.
Not too long ago.
I think so.
Very sad. A loss of great talent.
Yes.
And you're lucky I remembered that one because I did not copy and paste the next half of it. I'm wondering if I'm going to come across it on these next pages here. Next one. The plural of cul-de-sac is cul-de-sac.
Oh my god. People will think you're drunk when you're really saying it right.
That's right. Cul-de-sac. That's funny. Okay, at the Gettysburg reunion in 1913, 2 men purchased a hatchet, walked to the site where their regiments had fought, and buried it.
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
Yeah, I guess. Okay. An episode of Peppa Pig was pulled from Australian television for teaching children not to fear spiders.
What? Oh, because it's Australia.
Exactly. I just remembered that.
I get it.
And yeah, those spiders will eat your children.
Yes, they will.
So yeah, you need to fear spiders.
Yes.
In Australia. That's crazy.
That took me a minute.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I was like, wait, now I know.
Oh no. I can't. No, I don't think so. Okay. Before he wrote Goosebumps, R.L. Stine wrote the jokes for Bazooka Joe rappers.
Oh, I remembered those.
I know. Okay, in 1998, the U.S. Army tried developing a telepathic ray gun where, quote, words would be transmitted to be heard like the spoken word, except that it could only be heard within the person's head, end quote. That's creepy. And why would they think that they could even do that?
Well, yeah. But why would you? I mean,
Well, if you can, I mean,
like mind control?
words would be transmitted to be, so it's like a walkie-talkie, but you would hear it in your head.
Oh,
like you
so
wouldn't.
nobody would be able to get your transmissions or something?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But oh my gosh, that's crazy. This one is fantastic. Jim Cummings is the voice of Winnie the Pooh. He calls sick kids in hospitals and chats with them in character.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
So awesome.
I know. Bless that man.
Aww.
It's wonderful. Okay. Before Google launched Gmail, quote, Gmail was the name of a free email service offered by Garfield's website.
Oh.
I bet they were pissed.
They probably were.
This one's crazy. Truman Show delusion is a mental condition marked by a patient's belief that he or she is the star of an imaginary reality show.
Oh my god, people actually think that?
Oh my gosh. I mean,
That would be so weird.
I don't know. 'Cause that would be freaky.
Yeah.
I would be just, oh my gosh, it would make you anxious all the time, right?
Yeah, I think everyone's watching you. Everything you do.
that would- oh my gosh.
no.
Yeah, no. Nightmare. Okay. In 1999, the U.S. government paid the Zapruder family $16 million for the film of JFK's assassination. Which that was the year JFK was, the movie came out, right?
I don't
Or
know.
was filmed.
I don't know.
Zapruder. Barcelona is home to hundreds of playgrounds for seniors. The spaces are meant to promote fitness and combat loneliness in elderly citizens.
Aw.
That's great.
It is.
Good job,
I
Barcelona.
wonder what they look like.
I don't know. There's
got
probably benches
swings.
everywhere.
They got swings and teeter-totters.
I don't know. You think there's slides?
I don't know. They'd have to be like really, really like cushiony.
Do they call them a playground?
I don't know.
I have questions.
I want to go to one.
Heck yeah. Do you think they just have like beanbag chairs with piles of books or something? Oh my god, that's like,
That would be awesome.
heck yeah. And then they would just go to the library. Oh my gosh, okay. I need to get out of the seniors playground because I'm going to be there all day if I don't stop thinking about it. It sounds great though. So okay, next one. After leaving office, Ronald Reagan was offered the role of Hill Valley's mayor in Back to the Future 3.
Oh,
I don't think he took it.
he should have done it.
I know. That would have been great.
Yeah, it would have.
I mean, Ronald Reagan, come on. Let's see. Foreign accent syndrome is a rare side effect of brain trauma. Patients speak their native language in a foreign accent.
I've heard of that before.
I've heard of that too, and that is insane.
It is because
What if you just one day like hit your head and started talking with a British accent?
people would be like, "What are you doing?
What the fuck is going on?
Stop it! You're not British." And you'd be like, "What are you talking about? I'm talking right."
But you would be able to hear it, right? You'd be able to hear
Yeah, but if
yourself.
you have some kind of brain injury, you might just think that you're talking.
Oh my god, you just
Right.
think you're talking normal and
Yeah.
people are like, what the fuck? Why is she talking like that?
She thinks she's fancy now or something.
Oh, are you Madonna? Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
It is.
If I ever start speaking with an accent, will you please tell me? Okay.
Because I'll look at you like,
You'd be like,
what are you doing?
You would too. You'd be like, stop it. What the fuck?
What is wrong with you?
I'd be like, what are you talking about, mate? Could you imagine that? You'd be like, oh my god, stop it!
And you'd have no idea what's going on.
Oh my god, okay. The, quote, mystery flavor of Dum Dums is a combination of the end of one batch of candy and the beginning of another.
Those are good.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
It's just two flavors combined, I think. Okay. In 1971, a Dallas man named Mariano Martinez invented the frozen margarita machine. The 26-year-old was inspired by the Slurpee machine at 7-Eleven.
And everyone loves him for it.
Heck yeah. Well, he's like, well, just add some alcohol to this and that'd be great. In 2016, a rogue bloodhound named Ludvine joined a half marathon in Alabama. She ran the entire 13.1 miles and finished in 7th place.
Aww.
That's very cute. Yay, puppies. Oh, we were gonna say what animals we had.
Oh.
And their names, because Ashley wrote in about her animals. So
I have a puggle, and her name is Leia.
yes.
And she's a butt. And I have a fluffy cat,
Big cat.
and his name is Odin.
That's right.
And he yelled at me last night
he did.
because I came home late.
Oh my goodness.
He yelled at me for a good 5 minutes.
Aw, kitties and puppies. I have Chunks, which is our Great Dane Bull, which is, he's part Great Dane, part American Pit Bull. And, oh, he is a handful.
He's a handful, but he's a sweetie too.
Yeah, well, as long as he's around people, you don't even remember he's there. He's perfect. But if you leave him,
He has
Oh,
major
my.
anxiety issues.
Yeah, it's bad. But we love him. Our kitty cat, he's orange, and he was kind of rescued too. He was a rescued that we took over. And he is a loner and stays by himself,
Yeah.
which I'm cool with that. And then we have a bunny named Dash, and he's adorable. And that's it. Okay, so next fact is the Library of Congress regularly receives requests for books that don't exist. The most common is the President's Book of Secrets from the 2007 movie National Treasure Book of Secrets.
Oh my god.
Which, oh my gosh, people. Really? Those are the same people that write in saying that we need to move Deer Crossing. It's very inconvenient. I mean, oh my God. Don't even get me started. Okay. Next one. When times get tough, elephants will comfort each other by stroking loved ones with their trunks and emitting small chirps.
Aw.
It's very sweet.
Elephants are so cute.
Oh my gosh, I know. Have you ever seen, it was the second Journey to the Center of the Earth movie with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson in
I
it?
might have.
Well, they go to the center of the earth and a bunch of things are backwards. And there's tiny elephants,
Oh, I think I remember that.
like the size of dogs.
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
They're so cute.
Oh my God, they're so cute. Okay, I want one. But they don't exist. Okay. A double rainbow occurs when sunlight is reflected twice inside a raindrop. If you look closely, you can see that the colors of the secondary rainbow appear in reverse order.
Ah, that's cool.
It is cool. Next one, the mobile phone throwing world championships are held in Finland.
The what?
The mobile phone throwing world championships.
Okay. Phones are expensive. Why would you be throwing them?
I don't know. It says one winner said he prepared for the event by, quote, mainly drinking.
Now that's my kind of competition.
And you just like, just throw it as far as you can. Sounds great. Okay. In the 50s, Marilyn Monroe proposed nightclub owner Charlie Morrison she'd be in the first row every night if he booked Ella Fitzgerald. He agreed, and she was true to her word. After that, I never had to play a small jazz club again. Fitzgerald said she was an unusual woman, a little ahead of her times, and she didn't know it. I love Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Love her. Next one. Frank Sinatra has 3 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. One for film, one for music, and one for television. And did you know that they buy them themselves?
No.
They buy the stars themselves.
Oh.
You have to buy your own. Like if you had, I think it's like, I don't know, some crazy amount of money. But you could go buy, I think you have to have some sort of legitimate, standing in the entertainment community or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have to purchase their own stars.
Well.
I know. Anyway. One April day in 1930, the BBC reported there is no news. Instead, they played piano music.
Oh, that's nice.
Great.
Yeah.
That would never, ever happen ever again.
No. When was that?
1930.
Oh.
In April. So early 1930.
Yeah.
This is fucking fantastic. Elvis Presley's manager sold I Hate Elvis badges as a way to make money off people who weren't buying his merchandise.
That's a big fuck you.
That is fantastic.
That is genius.
It is. That's a true American right there.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my God. This is interesting. A reindeer's eyes changes color through the seasons. They're gold during the summer and blue in the winter.
Really?
I wish my eyes did that.
I know, that'd be awesome.
Be pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. An avocado never ripens on a tree, so farmers can use trees as storage to keep avocados fresh for up to 7 months.
Nice.
And did you know that if you ever make guacamole or have cut up avocado, leave the seed, the pit, in with your cut up avocado and it won't go brown.
Oh.
So just put the seed in with the bowl or of the guacamole.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's cool.
yeah. Okay, let's see. At the Humane Society of Missouri, kid volunteers comfort anxious shelter dogs by reading to them.
Aww.
That's so sweet.
That's so cute.
Aw. See, dogs save people and people save dogs.
Yep.
Okay, Salvador Dali, which is a famous artist, I did not know who he was, but avoided paying restaurant tabs by using checks. He would draw on the back as the waiter watched, knowing no one would ever cash the art. So he would write a check, but then he would draw his famous artwork on the back of it, so he knew nobody would ever cash that check.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's kind of shady.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Come on.
Yeah, dude.
Just pay your fucking bill.
Exactly. Anyway. China owns all of the pandas in the world. They rent them out for about $1 million a year.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think there are rogue pandas who have escaped from China's ownership? Because that does not seem right to me. And this one's fucking crazy. And if it's true, I don't know how I'm going to live anymore. Bones found at Seymour Island indicate that at one time, 37 to 40 million years ago, penguins stood at a formidable 6 feet tall and weighed 250 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Could you imagine one of those
No.
coming towards you?
No.
It'd be like,
Be like freaking Billy Madison. Oh my god. That's the scariest shit ever.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. Okay. Those were my facts for the week.
All right. Those were good. This week I did Ghosts of North Carolina.
All right. There's some shitty people in North Carolina right now coming in the news.
I don't watch
So-
the news.
Well, some piece of crap got life in prison for impregnating a 10-year-old little girl.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I didn't need to know
Anyway,
that.
I'm
See,
sure-
that's why I don't watch the, or watch the news.
Other than that piece of shit, I'm sure North Carolina is lovely. I didn't mean to say that they're shitty people, but he is a shitty person.
Yes. Okay, so this one is The Demon Dog in Valcrucis, North Carolina. I don't know if I said that right. The story linked to Valcrucis is not quite a ghost story, but it certainly qualifies as paranormal. The area is said to be home to an absolutely terrifying demon dog who chases cars and manages to keep pace with them no matter how fast they drive.
Oh my god, fuck that.
Local legend states that if you drive past the old stone cemetery high in the mountain town of Valcrucis, then the demonic dog will leap out from behind one of the headstones to chase you.
What?
Witnesses who claim to have seen this hellish creature say it takes the form of a large black dog with glowing eyes and yellow teeth.
Oh no.
I ain't going there.
No. That's creepy.
Paint Rock in Hot Springs, North Carolina. Paint Rock is located on the spectacularly scenic Appalachian Trail and is one of the most interesting pieces of folklore in American history. The legend goes that men camping near the area woke up to the sound of beautiful singing. They were lured by the siren song and found themselves looking at the reflection of a beautiful Cherokee woman in the water. They were compelled to reach for the woman, but as they did so, some unknown creature pulled them into the water and drowned them. Now hikers and campers are careful not to stray too close to the water by Paint Rock for fear of meeting the same fate.
Oh my gosh, no.
Lydia's Bridge in Greensboro. One of the most haunted places in North Carolina is Lydia's Bridge in Greensboro. Local legend states that a young woman named Lydia crashed on the bridge on her way home from a dance with her date. Her date died on impact, leaving an injured Lydia alone and trying desperately to flag someone down to help her. Unfortunately, no help came and Lydia also died. In the years that followed, it was said that Lydia's ghost stands on the bridge, flagging people down only to disappear when the car got close to her. Other versions of the story say that drivers would actually stop and pick Lydia up and drive her home, but on reaching the house, she would vanish and she would vanish, and if the door was knocked, her mother would explain that she died years earlier. The bridge is no longer in use, but plenty of visitors still stop by in search of Lydia. USS North Carolina in Wilmington. One particular place in North Carolina that continues to fascinate paranormal investigators is the USS North Carolina. Records show that during the Second World War, a soldier died in the battleship's washroom during a torpedo strike. He is one of the ghosts that is now said to haunt the USS North Carolina. However, he is by no means alone. Visitors, staff, and investigators have all confirmed seeing figures in various passageways and portholes around the ship. Queen's University in Charlotte. Queen's University is one of the most haunted locations in North Carolina, and for many years, students have claimed to have experienced paranormal activity in the building. Common occurrences include doors opening and closing by themselves and knocking sounds that cannot be explained. It is widely believed that the haunting can be attributed to a former student who committed suicide in the school after her parents learned that she was in a relationship with another woman.
That's sad.
Yeah. Teach's Hole in Ocracoke Island. Everyone has heard of the legendary pirate Blackbeard. He is well known for tales of his adventures at sea, chasing down ships and pillaging their cargo. However, few people know that he was beheaded by the Royal Navy in North Carolina in 1718. Today, people who visit Teach's Hole in Ocracoke Island say that they have heard the ghost of Blackbeard groaning as he searches the shore for the missing head. How can he groan if he doesn't have a head?
I always wonder stuff like that. I don't know. It's a ghost. I mean, I guess they can do whatever they want.
I guess. The Great Dismal Swamp.
Oh.
In Northern Border. That sounds like something that would be in, like, The Princess Bride or something.
Vacation.
The Great Dismal...
What was the forest called?
Oh, I don't remember. It was something like that, though.
Yeah.
It was...
Like, don't go in there, forest, or something crazy like that.
The Great Dismal Swamp covers over 112,000 acres along the northern border of North Carolina and into Virginia. It is open between sunrise and sunset each day, and the sprawling cypress forests and waterways have a very creepy aura about them. Visitors often report feeling unsettled, and there have been multiple sightings of strange lights, ghostly mists, and shadows, as well as reports of unexplained noises. I don't think I'd want to go into a swamp anyway.
No. Unexplained noises. I mean, how do you determine what's unexplained in a swamp?
Exactly. There's all kinds of animals and bugs and...
Yeah, I mean, you would think it would just, like, even the noise itself would be, like, deafening, probably.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
yeah.
know. Unless it's someone that knows all the noises and they hear something and it sounds weird.
I guess. I don't know. Someone that knows all the noises.
Yes.
That's a crazy job.
I didn't say it was a job.
Wouldn't
It's
it
like
be a
they
job?
live there. They live there. And they're used to all the noises.
That's a good point. Okay. It's just someone that knows all the noises.
You're such a dork. Anyway. The Biltmore Estate in Asheville. The Biltmore Estate is probably one of the most popular landmarks in North Carolina, but aside from being a beautiful place to visit, it is also said to be one of the most haunted buildings in North Carolina. The former owner of the estate, George Vanderbilt, died on the property in the early 1900s, and his death seems to have left a mark on the building. It has been said that in the library, visitors are sometimes able to hear the sound of his wife whispering to him during his final hours. Of course, considering the fact that at 250 rooms, the Biltmore Estate is America's largest home, as you might expect, this is by no means the only haunting in the property. There are also reports of a headless cat wandering around the property at night, and people have heard disembodied voices in the swimming pool room, along with splashes and laughing. This seems appropriate given that Edith Vanderbilt was well known for hosting epic pool parties. There have also been reports of a woman's voice, presumably Edith, calling out George's name. Headless cat.
Why a headless cat?
I don't know. That's weird.
That's totally weird. I mean, what the heck?
Old Davis Hospital in Statesville. Hospitals are always a hotbed of paranormal activity, and Davis Hospital in Statesville is certainly no exception. It was once a fully functional hospital that operated for around 6 decades, but now it stands empty and has earned a reputation for being one of the most haunted abandoned places in North Carolina. Visitors say that even on the hottest day at the height of summer, the interior of the old Davis Hospital is unnaturally cold. It is also cloaked in an overriding feeling of despair and dread. One of the most haunted areas of the hospital seems to be the former pediatric ward, where people have heard babies crying, and also where people feel a strong malevolent presence. The Devil's Tramping Ground in Chatham County. Just about 50 miles outside of Greensboro, you will find an area known as the Devil's Tramping Ground. As the name suggests, it is said to be a place where the devil himself manifests and goes on to wreak havoc on earth. In over a century, nothing has been able to grow in this 40-foot circle said to be worn into the ground from the devil pacing in a circle each night while pondering what sort of mischief he can get up to. There have been reports of animal carcasses surrounding the path that leads to the spot. It is also said that if you place an item in the circle, it will have vanished by the following morning. The Brown Mountain Lights in Linville. The Brown Mountain Lights are first spotted by Native Americans and have been at the center of great debate ever since. The strange, unexplained lights appear after sunset, and they rise above the mountain peak and usually change size, shape, and color. The best spots to view them are Linville, Blue Ridge Parkway, and Wiseman's Gap. The U.S. Geological Survey has dismissed the phenomena as marsh gas, despite the fact that there are no known marshes in the area. There have been various different suggestions made to explain the lights, including everything from ghosts to aliens. In terms of the ghostly explanations, there are two main stories that are often put forward. The first suggests that the lights are Native American maidens who are searching for their lost warriors who died in the great battle between the Cherokee and the Catawba tribes. The other tale suggests that the light is actually a lantern carried by a slave who is searching the mountain for his lost master, an explorer who went missing on the mountain. And then my last one is Grove Park Inn in Asheville. Grove Park Inn is a large hotel and spa complex that was built using boulders dug from a nearby mountain. It is one of the most haunted hotels in North Carolina. It is said to be home to the Pink Lady, believed to be the spirit of a woman who fell to her death in the hotel's atrium in the early 1920s. It is not clear whether she fell or jumped intentionally, but whatever the true story was, she remains in the 5th floor guest room and is known to play pranks on those staying in room number 545.
Ooh, I wonder what kind of pranks.
I don't know.
That's creepy.
That's all I got.
All right. I did just kind of random creepy stories. I don't think I had a theme. So,
I like random creepy stories.
all right. So, first one. On the day my father died, I was alone in the apartment we lived in. While everyone was out mourning at my uncle's, I stayed home because I didn't want people to stare at me sobbing. Anyways, I'm in the living room and I hear footsteps in my mother's room that has a balcony. I straight up hear the balcony door open, so now I'm like sobbing and shouting, asking who's there. I go to check it out and there's no one there except a strong smell of tobacco in the room. My father used to smoke out on the balcony.
Oh,
I know. Next one, I was sitting in my bed watching YouTube for a couple hours. I got up and reached forward to set something on my nightstand and had this strange, undescribable feeling that I hadn't actually moved from where I was sitting at all. I quickly turned around and looked at where I was sitting seconds before, and there I was, still sitting there. I was outside of my body. I could see the shocked, horrified expression come to my face at such a strange sight. I quickly sat back down right in the same spot, and nothing strange happened again.
that is weird.
I know. I had to read that a couple of times before I got it. I was like, what?
Oh my gosh, that's like the astral projection.
Yeah. But you like turn back around and you're like, oh my God.
No.
Yeah.
No.
About 5 years ago, my husband and I went to visit his grandma. Big, beautiful 2-story house. I was going to head upstairs to put some pajamas on and saw a woman walk across the top of the stairs. It was only my husband, young daughter, and his grandma in the house, and whoever I saw wasn't Granny. I went to the living room and told them that I saw what I saw, and his grandma goes, "Yeah, that's Lori. She visits a lot." Lori was my husband's mom, who had died when he was 11.
Aww.
I was so fucking spooked after that, I barely slept the rest of the time we
yeah.
were there. Yeah, I know.
I
Oh my
would be
gosh.
like, she's not going to come visit me, is she?
I mean, if that's your husband's mom, yeah, she probably knows about you. Okay, next one. I was in the living room with my grandma. We were the only ones home. She was working on a crossword puzzle, and I was messing around on my iPad. The TV was off and the windows were closed. All of a sudden, clear as day, I hear my name being whispered, but since it was so quiet, it sounded loud. I looked at my grandma, thinking it was her, and asking her if she said something, and she said, "No, but I heard your name."
Ooh.
Oh, I know, it's creepy.
I don't like that.
Yeah, what was that? And why didn't anybody react? And what the fuck? Okay. When I was 13, I woke up in the middle of the night to a strange man's voice. I couldn't understand what he was saying because he was talking really fast, but at one point I heard it say my brother's name, and then it started laughing maniacally. My dad heard it too and came running into my room, turned the lights on. There was no one there, absolutely no explanation. Another time I woke up in the middle of the night and heard what sounded like a cult gathering right outside my window. It was like 3 a.m. and I could just very clearly hear a group of people singing or chanting while a baby wailed. After about 10 or 20 minutes, it suddenly stopped.
That's weird.
That is weird. What the heck? Oh my gosh. I was in the laundry room and heard someone come up behind me, and I swear they whispered. I screamed so loud and thought it was my husband playing a prank on me, but when I turned around, there was no one there. It was so freaky. Okay, so this one, I woke up in the middle of the night last week and looked over at my boyfriend sleeping soundly next to me. I was admiring his nice face, thinking what long, pretty eyelashes he had. I was half asleep, comfy and warm, and everything was lovely. As I became more alert, it slowly began to dawn on me that though he does have very long, pretty eyelashes, they weren't quite that long. That's when the spider started moving across his face.
Oh my
There was
God.
a fucking massive spider on his eyeball.
Gosh.
No!
That's horrible.
Oh my God, I would freak. I would like, oh my God, I don't even know what I would do. I'd probably start immediately trying to kill it, which means
Smacking
smacking
his
him.
face.
Yeah, over and over. Okay,
You have a bug on you.
get the baseball bat. What? It's a bug! Okay, and the next few are just like weird shit that people have experienced. I was at a dueling piano bar with my girl for a night of laughing. This girl my age and who I figured was her mom kept looking at me. The night went on and they eventually came up to me and apologized for staring and had decided to explain to me why. The old lady told me her daughter had taken her out to this piano bar tonight to celebrate her now deceased husband's birthday, and that I was actually a perfect match and looked exactly like her husband and was the same age for when they met decades ago.
Aw.
They asked me my name and age. When I told them, they both started crying as I had the same name as the husband and was the same age as when they met.
Oh my gosh.
They kept saying they wish they had a picture with them to show me the resemblance. The old lady and daughter asked me to please take a picture of them so they could document this and have a pic to show the rest of the family, as nobody would believe this happened. They were pretty emotional about this happening, and the old lady almost pulled some tears out of me when she asked me to hug her because it was like she was going back in time and was given the chance to hug her husband once again. The daughter, to her, this was like seeing her father in his prime, and they were both blown away. I couldn't say no to the pic and the hug. The whole thing was very strange and really got me thinking about life, etc. I'm a tad emotional right now thinking about it again.
Aw.
That's great
I
and
know.
creepy.
It's greatly creepy.
I mean, you know. Okay, next one. I was doing an audit of a public program. I pulled a sample from something like 60,000 people. There were 12 people with the same name in the same town. I thought this was a clerical error, so I asked for backup. I found out 6 were really different people, but 6 others had the same middle initial and birthday. I asked for IDs and they sent me 8. There were 8 people with the same first and last name, same middle initial, same birthday, born in the same area.
Oh my gosh.
The 2 extras were 2 people with all those similarities, but they both had died. Here's the kicker. They died on the same day.
What?
Yeah. I think about this all the time.
Oh my gosh.
That is
They're clones.
crazy.
There's clones there.
Oh my gosh. Like pod people? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. That's creepy. Next one, my great-grandmother was in a hospital and died. Because my great-grandfather was elderly and it was 2 a.m., they rang their daughter, my grandmother, to go... What? They rang the daughter and my grandmother to go break the news to... What? My great-grandmother. Okay, so that makes... Okay, my great-grandmother was in the hospital and died. Because my great-grandfather was elderly and it was 2 a.m., they rang their daughter, my grandmother, to go break the news to my grandfather.
Okay.
Great-grandfather, I think that's what that... Anyway. So at 2 a.m., my mother and my grandmother head over to his house to find him dressed, coat on, hat on, waiting for them. Oh, did the hospital call you already? No, my wife just came and saw me and told me you were on your way to come tell me to say goodbye to her body.
Oh, no.
Utterly true and always gives me chills when I think about it. Oh my gosh. Be like, you need to go get up.
Get dressed.
He's like, dang it, I thought I was done with this shit. Nope, she's still telling me what to do. Waiting by the door. Okay, next one. My grandma passed away on Christmas Day of 2009. That really sucks.
Yes.
She was my next door neighbor and left her house in my dad's name. After her passing, we completely emptied the house, canceled the landline, cable, and everything. The house had been completely vacant for months, but on my birthday the following year, we received a call from her to my house's landline. Her same phone number, even with her name on the caller ID.
Oh my gosh.
I freaked out, and so did my parents. We were all too confused to answer. Scared. Which,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you always answer.
Yes.
So we let the phone ring. My dad called the service provider and asked what was going on, but they said her account was closed, and since nobody had been paying for the service, there was no way it could have been working.
Oh my gosh. She called to say happy birthday.
And they didn't answer
the phone.
Oh my gosh. You know, it probably would have been like static or nothing.
Yeah, nothing. But still.
I know. They'll never know. They'll
I
never know,
know.
and we'll never know. No.
Of course, they were probably just so freaked out that
I know. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna do,
Yeah.
and there's no way. If it said her name, there's no way I would not answer
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Absolutely. I don't care. Heaven's calling me. That's what I would think. Okay, next one. When I was 13 or so, my mother and I were driving alone on a 2-lane country road when she said, "Do you smell that?" I didn't smell anything. "It's a cigar. It's one of my grandfather's cigar. Keep an eye out, and every time I smell it, something happens." Less than 10 seconds later, an oncoming car crossed the center line, and she had to swerve onto the shoulder to avoid being hit head on.
Wow.
That's crazy. And she was like, oh no,
Yeah.
what's going to
something's
happen?
gonna happen.
That's crazy. Next one, I had a dream where my dad was fishing with a man in overalls when suddenly some black, smoke-like monster emerged from the woods and impaled him in the heart. I woke up from that dream to a phone call from my stepmother. My father was on an operating table for a heart attack. He'd been smoking since the age of 17, and it nearly killed him at 38.
Oh my gosh.
He had 2 more by the age of 41. The kicker, he had been replacing the toilet when it happened, had his buddy over to help him, a plumber, hence the man in overalls. I still get chills thinking about it.
Ooh, I got chills
I did too. That's crazy. Next one, my dad has told me the story a few times. Sometime in the 50s or 60s, some of his cousins had gathered together at their parents' house after their mother unexpectedly passed away in that same house just days prior. One of the cousins, upon crossing the threshold entering into that house, suddenly had a heart attack and died. Of course, this was incredibly shocking and tragic, considering that not only the mother, but now one of her sons had passed in the same week. The family then has another gathering at the same house. After a few hours of having the family together in the living room, one of the brothers of the recently deceased cousin clutches his hands to his chest, pretending to have a heart attack. Apparently, this cousin was known for his morbid sense of humor, so this, while in bad taste, wasn't out of the ordinary for him, but he wasn't joking. That cousin also had a heart attack and died in the exact same room that his brother died in the same house that his mother died in, all roughly in a week's span.
I think they need to move.
Yeah, that's insane. Crazy. Okay, next one. It was back in high school. We were in the middle of class listening to a lesson when my vision went pitch black for a second. I assumed the lights went off, but we had windows. Turns out everyone saw the same thing. Finally, the teacher just burst out saying, "Okay, let's just pretend we all blinked at the same time." Yep, that's a very memorable, unexplained moment for me.
That's crazy.
What the fuck?
What was that?
I don't know. That is
a glitch in the Matrix.
Oh my gosh, that's creepy. I just got head chills. Okay, and my last one. When my sister and I were kids, we were out front in our home playing near the mailbox. Mom and Dad were there by the window watching, and according to them, my mother turned to my father and asked him to bring us inside. He shrugged her off, but she became more urgent. He asked why it was a problem, and she suddenly panicked and started heading towards the front door, despite being less than a week away from giving birth to our youngest sister. He stopped her and stepped outside and called us in, and we complied. Less than a minute later, a car came barreling down the street at high speed and struck our mailbox, destroying it.
Oh my gosh.
We would have both been killed instantly.
Oh, I got chills
That
again.
I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
That was my last one.
See, I never liked my kid playing out in the front yard.
No, I always pictured
That's
that
what I
exact
pictured.
same
Yes,
thing happening.
I did too.
Yeah. It's like every mother's, constant reel that plays of worry.
Constant.
Yeah. Things that we worry about.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, people. I got some pickup lines for you.
All right. These ought to be good.
Witty wrap up.
Yay, we do have one.
Is that a mirror in your pocket?
Oh.
Because I can see myself in your pants.
Ew. Is that a mirror in your pocket? That's stupid. That doesn't even make sense.
No, I don't think any of these do. Are you religious? Because you're the answer to all my prayers.
Oh my gosh. That's really bad.
Hey, tie your shoes. I don't want you falling for anyone else.
Oh my God. Oh, heaven for how could you with that line? I mean, come on.
Oh my gosh. You must be Jamaican because you're Jamaican me crazy.
Shut up! That's not a thing. Oh my gosh, do you think someone's actually used that?
Oh, I hope not.
Oh, I hope so. That'd be so great.
If a guy actually came up and said something this stupid, you would start cracking up and you'd probably give him a chance because
You're
it was
probably
funny.
right. Yeah, because it's kind of clever, and it would definitely make me laugh. That's for sure.
What has 36 teeth and holds back the Incredible Hulk? My zipper.
Ew, no. Ew. No.
That one I would roll my eyes and walk away.
Yeah,
that's not
no,
funny.
That's not funny. Oh, no.
Somebody call the cops because it's got to be illegal to look that good.
Actually, that's kind of nice. I wouldn't mind hearing that.
I must be a snowflake because I've fallen for you.
Oh, no.
I know you're busy today, but can you add me to your to-do list?
Oh.
If you were a steak, you would be well done.
That just doesn't even, no.
Hello, I'm a thief, and I'm here to steal your heart.
I'd be like, hello, thief, goodbye.
I'm going to call the cops now. Are you cake? Because I want a piece of that.
Oh, oh, no.
My love for you is like diarrhea. I just can't hold it in.
No! It does not say that! No! Ew! What the fuck? No, that will not work.
I can pretty confidently say that would never work.
No. Are you lost, ma'am? Because heaven is a long way from here. Okay, first of all, no woman wants to be called ma'am.
Ma'am? Yeah, that's not sexy. No.
There's something wrong with my cell phone. It doesn't have your number in it.
I'm like, oh, it sounds great to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
And my last one, if you were a library book, I would check you out.
Oh my gosh. That's so dumb. That's hilarious.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Look us up on Facebook. Email in your stories. We don't care what it's about. At this point, we really don't. Anything. Suggestions, witty wrap up, anything funny, scary. Email it in, ghoulsnightoutpodcast@gmail.com. And we will talk to you next week.
Later.
Bye.